Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to part 2 of my DVD / Blu-ray update. Yeah, guys. Alrighty, so yeah, the Blu-Rays. You know what? I think I'll actually... Nah, fuck it. I won't do it like that. So. Alrighty, guys. Let's get into these Blu-Rays. I don't have too many here, so video won't be too long, but some pretty cool stuff. First up is the brand new Blu-ray release of Never Sleep Again, the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary. This is fucking amazing. I absolutely love this documentary. I'm about 3 hours into it. Right now it runs about 4 hours, so I haven't fully seen the whole thing again. I've seen this whole thing before, but man, it's just watching this it's so good. They go into such depth on every film, and it's just so interesting. Even if you're not a fan, it would be probably interesting to watch. But yeah, very glad to pick this up. It's fucking fantastic. Definitely check this out. It doesn't come with a booklet or anything. It's just the double disc standard edition kind of deal. But that's fine with me. I'm just glad to have this on Blu-ray. So very cool stuff. Next up is a Scream Factory release of Die Monster Die. This film is from 1965, starring Boris Karloff. I love this movie. Such a fucking awesome film. PQ is actually really, really good on this, you know, for a film from 1965. But yeah, very cool stuff. Definitely check this one out. Another Scream Factory release here of Cat People. PQ is amazing on this. I know people were kind of bitching about the lack of special features. There's more on the DVD release, which I still have. But you know what? For me, sometimes it's more about the film, and you know, the PQ is amazing on here. It's just a really fun, weird film starring Malcolm McDowell. Natasha Kinski, I think is what her name is. She does such a great job in this movie. Lots of nudity. Really kind of unique film, but definitely check this one out. It's awesome. Of course, it's got the reversible cover art there and shit, so yeah. And that's it for my Scream Factories. I haven't received my Witchboard and Night of the Demons Blu-ray yet. I had to reorder those because I ordered them through Future Shop, and they canceled my order because when I ordered them, they were in stock. And then when they didn't ship, so I looked and they were out of stock, and they canceled. I don't know what the fuck happened. So I reordered those, so they should be here hopefully next week. And the Neanderthal Man double feature from Scream Factory will be here Monday. So I will be all up to date once again with the Scream Factories. Fucking burning a hole in my pocket, man. Next up is a film called Frankensteins Army from 2013. Heard a lot of good things about this movie. I actually really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fantastic. With the exception of being shot in color, I thought it was kind of an oddball thing. And how they even accentuated some of the colors in the movie, too, I thought was really fucking weird. It's kind of like throwing it in your face. But, you know, if it was shot in black and white, it would have made a lot more sense, considering this movie takes place during World War II. But creatures are fantastic in this. I had a lot of fun with it, man. I thought it was a great film. So, if you can get past the colorization of it, but it's a good film. Next up is Unchi. I talked about this on a podcast. This is fucking phenomenal. I love this movie. Apparently it's the very first Swiss horror film, I think, to be distributed outside of Switzerland kind of deal, like a major distribution deal or something. I don't know. But this is great. I don't really want to get into the plot of this one. It's got a lot of plot and stuff, but I do highly recommend this. It's a fucking beautiful film. It's very kind of unique, different. It is long. It runs about 2 hours, but it doesn't feel like it. Just a really fun film. Awesome. Awesome film, man. Next up is a revenge film. Now, I picked up this because it was like really fucking cheap. And I read the synopsis on the back and it sounded pretty cool. And it's called Cherry Bomb. This movie was actually really kind of god-awful. You know, the rape scene in this is not even there. The acting is piss poor. The twists are bad and predictable. And, you know, the revenge isn't good. It's not good. It's just an overall kind of real stinker, man. It's just a film I just definitely would not recommend. Not fun. Next up is a film by Dustin Mills. I have the DVD of this, but I wanted to pick up the Blu-ray because it was one of my favorite films of last year. And that is The Battle of Skinless Pete. Of course, Dustin signed it for me there, too. Thanks again, Dustin. if you're watching this. Yeah, this is fucking awesome. I love this movie. Low budget greatness. It's got a really cool story, really good effects. It's just, in my opinion, I think it's Dustin Mills' best made film as a whole to date. Yeah, I just couldn't recommend it enough. Definitely check this out. It's fucking awesome. I believe the Blu-ray's out of print now. It definitely is. You can still get the DVD though, so. Next up from Grindhouse Releasing is an American Hippie in Israel. Not really a horror film, but it's just a weird kind of Grindhouse film, kind of like about hippies and survival. It's an interesting film, to say the least. I didn't love this film, but I didn't hate it either. It is a triple disc. It does come with a bonus, the uncut version called The Hitchhiker. I believe the American Hippie in Israel cut is the theatrical cut of it. It's an interesting film. This one definitely isn't for everybody. It's limited to 2,000. I got number 1547. I like how they did actually, number these for once. I don't like when limited edition things aren't numbered. It annoys me. But yeah, I do recommend this though. If you can get your hands on this, it's pretty fun. For cult kind of, grindhouse type films. Pretty cool. Next up is a film that I bought for David Koning when he won my 52 Horrific Weeks contest. So I had to pick up a copy for myself at the same time because he said it was his favorite film of the year of 2013. That's Jug Face. Now, I will say this movie is really, really interesting. I do need to watch it again. I did have a few problems with it. I did really like the premise. I think there were certain things that maybe weren't executed to my likings. I am going to watch it again, but the premise of the film is really, really fucking weird, actually. It's this backwoods kind of family and shit, and they pray to this hole in the ground, and they have to sacrifice people to it so it keeps them safe and stuff. It's kind of, the basic premise. There's a lot more to it than that, but it's a really interesting film, and I do want to revisit this. I did really enjoy it. I thought it was shot well, acted well, but yeah, Jug Face. Definitely check this out. I'm sure I'll probably end up liking it more on the second viewing. Next up is a film that I wish I had seen prior to making my 2013 top 10 list. Along with Sen and Unchi, that would have made my top 10 list hands fucking down. I'm not sure what would have got bumped out, but this is another film that would have made my top 10, and that's Byzantium. Very unique vampire film, told from different time periods, and it's just a fucking good film, man. Really cool. It's not overly gory, but it does has its moments. It's really well acted, shot. It's just a very, very likable film. Very likable. It's another film that runs about 2 hours long, too, so some really long horror films I've been watching lately, but I couldn't recommend this enough. This is awesome. I mean, it even says on it, the best vampire film since Let the Right One In. I actually can't disagree with that. It really is a good one. Very cool stuff. Highly recommend that one. Next up is the Cinema Cult release of Maniac, sent to me by Andrew Ballina. Thanks again, Andrew, if you're watching this. This is fantastic. The transfer is very similar to, I think it might even be the same transfer as the Blue Underground. So the transfer's not overly that great, but just happy to have this edition. Once again, I collect my Maniac editions. A film that was sent to me by Jeremy. This was fucking such a score. I can't believe he actually sent me this, but that is the Criterion edition of Rosemary's Baby. Now, this is such a beautiful, beautiful transfer on this. Amazing stuff. I love this movie. Roman Polanski nailed it on the head. Such a great film. But I highly recommend this release by Criterion. It's got lots of features. Yeah, just a really fucking... Everybody knows this film. It's a classic. It's a classic, but you can't go wrong with Criterion. Obviously comes with a booklet and shit like that, so... Criterion's awesome. And I got a couple Steelbooks here. First up is the second sight release of the Basket Case Trilogy. I've only watched the first one, actually, and it was in full screen, which is very interesting. The transfer was pretty good, but I just love the artwork on this Basket Case Trilogy. It's so phenomenal. So fucking nice, man. Very great release. Love it. Yeah, I couldn't recommend that one enough. Picked it up for super cheap on Amazon.uk. It was only like £7. I fucking totally scored with that. And last up is the Arrow release of the Beyond Steelbook. Now, I love the Beyond so much, I had to pick up another edition of this. Just the artwork alone is just fucking phenomenal. Just absolutely love this. I think I'm going to grab the Tenebrae one also. Still undecided. Our dollar's just worth nothing in pounds right now, so it's just so expensive. It's like fucking $30 for me. So it's a little expensive, but the Beyond Steelbook, amazing. And that is actually a different transfer than the other box edition of the Beyond 2, which I also have. So, and I will show off a few non-horror things here. First up is I'm trying to get all these Dragon Dynasty releases. They released like 15 Blu-rays, and with these ones I only need like 2 more. So picked up Jackie Chan's Robin B. Hood. I've never actually seen any of these movies, but yeah, I had to pick up that. It was number 12. Next up is Legend of the Black Scorpion. This movie just looks really fucking cool. Let me know if you guys have seen any of these, if they're any good. I've had nothing but good luck with the films so far. They've been all pretty good. Next up is Invisible Target from the director of New Police Story and Robin B. Hood. So, looks interesting. And that was like number 9. Doesn't really matter. And Legend of the Black Scorpion. Yeah. Sorry. And I meant to say 7 Swords. I'm like looking at this one, grab the other one. And and 7 Swords. So, so I have 13 of the 15 Dragon Dynasty Blu-ray releases now, so I really do enjoy these films. They're really good, actually. And last but not least is a Blu-ray set that I had to grab because it was only like $14 on Amazon Prime.ca. And it's only containing the first 4 films, but I don't really care because I could care less about the 5th one. And that is the Die Hard collection on Blu-ray. I have the big box set, the DiviMax set on DVD, but I had to grab this. It was like $14 on Blu-ray for the first 4 films. I wouldn't even have cared if it didn't even have the 4th one. I just want it for the first 3, because I love the first 3 films, and the 4th one's actually not that bad, but I could care less about the 5th one, man. I heard it's really piss poor, so. But yeah, I mean, $14 for this. It's got sauce and slip cover. It actually is like a really nice kind of really quality fucking casings and shit. Like, I was really impressed with the quality of this for $14. And of course it comes with these stupid sleeves, but yeah, you know how it is. But yeah, it's kind of like a really nice kind of digibook type style deal. But I did watch the original Die Hard on Blu-ray, and it looked really good. Sounded good. But yeah, you can't go wrong. $14 for this, big deal. And all these Blu-rays right here were like, $4 or $5 a piece too, so whatever, all cheap. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this update, the Blu-ray portion of the update. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. I'm not much of a Steelbook collector, but I keep coming across ones that are really beautiful, so I keep picking them up, so it's kind of fucking burning a hole in my pocket. But anyways, guys, I will be back in a month again with another update. I got lots of cool stuff coming once again. Actually, probably going to receive a bunch of stuff Monday or Tuesday, to be honest. But I had to get this update out of the way. It's just a lot of stuff, so. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and of course, commenting and subscribing. Peace out, homies.